Hi, I'm Simon Redfern. I'm founder of the OpenBnkProject and CEO of Tasobi. So Tasobi's been working in Berlin for the last 8 years, building web and mobile applications for startups. So we're doing agile development, Web 2.0 technologies. So the OpenBnkProject is an open source API and app store for banks. We want to drive innovation to the bank. And the problem we're addressing is this. Banks typically find it difficult to innovate quickly, to produce new products and get them out to market. And individuals want to, use new products. They want to use new innovative technologies, new devices, and new services and niche applications. So how do we do that? Well, what we do is quite simple. We add third-party developers to the mix, and they use an API at the bank, and the API allows banks to give data and authentication possibilities to third-party developers. Third-party developers can in turn build applications and services for the clients of the bank, and the clients are happy, and they bring and give more business to the bank as a result because they're happy customers. So our value proposition, what's in it for the bank? So the bank can much faster and more cheaply drive innovation. They can outsource R&D. They can better control and monetize data because everything goes through the API rather than screen scraping or anything like that. And they can faster deliver products. Third-party developers are encouraged to develop niche applications because they can do it faster. Their integration paths are much easier. And once they've done it using the OpenBnkProject API, they can deploy their application to any bank which supports the API. So they'll be encouraged to develop niche applications. And individuals and businesses, customers of the bank, they benefit from increased innovation, improved quality and choice. Basically, by opening up the market, we're breaking the internal monopoly of the bank's IT systems, and therefore there's better competition and innovation as a result. One of the things we're doing is we're building up an app ecosystem. Sorry, the resolution is not so good on this, but so a couple of apps. So this one down here, what if a teenager wants to have a gothic view on her bank account, or his or her bank account, you know, lots of blood and roses or so, or a visually impaired individual might want to use speech recognition and say, hey, what's my balance? And then the computer, the Android program will say, hey, your balance is da-da-da-da-da. Or the starting point for the OpenBnkProject in a way was about increased financial transparency and open data. So here we have an application where an NGO could share their transactions with the public, or a company can share their transactions with the shareholders or auditors, and we support different views so we preserve privacy if need be. And we have, the API has facilities for tagging transactions, adding images and so on and so forth. So we can add in comments, so we can bring this data to life. And then we're working with PFM providers who have already integrated to the OpenBank API. This application here is showing money how it travels around the world, and it was developed in a hackathon in Brazil in a couple of days. So one of the important things is that with our system, the bank remains the gatekeeper of authentication. So users never share their passwords with third-party applications, or indeed even with the API. So they always log in at the bank, and that's good because the bank can use all these nice authentication mechanisms that they currently use and new ones that we've been hearing about today. We're using OAuth, which is industry standard technology used by Google, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. Well, we think there's a pretty big market opportunity. Obviously, there are lots of banks in the world. They all want to bring innovation to their companies, and banks are spending a lot of money on R&D, and we think they can get much better return by spending some of it with us and this approach. So what's the context? What's the competition? Well, I guess we're the only open source technology right now. We're banking focused, unlike Apogee and 3Scale, and yet we are banking agnostic, unlike AXA or Crédit Agricole, and we don't require any password sharing. So how are we going to get? How are we going to make money? Addressed to the lady at the back. we could offer commercial licenses and support to get going, and commercial support. And then we want to have a SaaS model, so we'll build extra layers on top for access control, billing for the API, so the bank can make money, and we'll revenue share on that. Traction, so we were in the FinTech London lab, which is more like a catapult off an aircraft carrier in the middle of the night than a kind of accelerator. It was kind of a bit hectic. We did a POC with a tier 1 bank. We're starting another POC next week, I guess. And we did a hackathon, 14 hacks, 25 developers in one day, which is really great. Gartner are doing a report about us. We want to start with 3 banks, and then foundation banks, and carry on from there. That's our